A heparin drip has been ordered for the ICU patient suffering from a pulmonary embolism. Before we gave them a loading dose, now we're going to give them a maintenance dose, and that's the heparin drip. The heparin comes from the pharmacy as 25,000 units in 500 milliliters of D5W. And the protocol is going to call for 18 units of heparin per kilogram per hour. The patient weighs 100 kilograms. At what rate will you set the pump in milliliters per hour? Because the question is how many milliliters per hour, the answer is how many milliliters per hour. Because the answer is how many milliliters per hour, milliliters will need to be in the numerator when we set this up. So again, here's my 25,000 units of heparin in 500 milliliters of solution. And by putting the 500 milliliters on top, milliliters is in the numerator where it belongs. But now we need to cancel my unit, which is there in the denominator. Well, 18 units of heparin per kilogram per hour. Let's talk about that a little bit. You need to know this right here. A over B, a fraction, over another fraction, C over D. We can think of this as like this hinge, and we're going to flip the bottom term up as if there's a hinge in the center. And so you'll see this D will come all the way up to the A and be multiplied times that, and the C will come up and flip to the B. And so A over B over C over D is equal to A times D over B times C. This is going to be something important that you're going to need to know when you do complex things that involve units per kilogram per hour, milligrams per kilogram per hour, milligrams per kilogram per minute, micrograms per kilogram per minute. You'll see those things, and you're going to want to be able to do those calculations. So here the dose is units per kilogram per hour. And that's units per kilogram over an hour, and that's the same thing as an hour over 1. And so when that comes out, it'll be a unit per kilogram times an hour. And so even though it says unit per kilogram per hour, we'll have a unit per kilogram times an hour. So that's where this setup comes right here. 18 units is on top. That allows my units to cancel out. And the 18 units per kilogram per hour is the same thing as 18 units per kilogram times an hour. This is important for you to remember because you're going to be in a life and death situation trying to figure out how many units per kilogram per hour is involved. And if you can remember that it's the measurement unit over kilograms times an hour, you might save a life knowing stuff like that. So by having the unit over a unit, that unit cancels is itself. Well, look, now I have milliliters per hour, which is what I wanted. But what's left is that kilogram, which we need to cancel out. Well, remember, our patient weighs 100 kilograms, and by putting the 100 kilograms right there in the numerator, my kilograms cancel out as well. And notice the only units I'm left with is milliliters per hour. So 100 times 18 times 500 divided by 25,000 is 36 milliliters per hour.